Hello and thanks for watching my channel. Today's video is going to be a video on Wulong Fallen Dynasty. We're here in a beautiful hidden village. This is an area that you'll unlock a little bit further in the game. This video is aimed at beginners of the game, so if you've just started playing the game or you're considering playing the game, this is the video for you. Basically, I'm hoping to be able to show you a quick and kind of easy way to be able to get past the first level, the very first boss, part 1, Village of Calamity. So, instead of starting a new game, what I'm going to do instead is, because if I was to go through the level like this, with these weapons and the upgrade level that I am now, it would be way too easy. I'd be able to go for it like within a few seconds. So instead, something that you can do in this game is you can create battle sets and you can set the virtual levels. So even though it says at the top level 74, that's not the numbers that you need to kind of concentrate on. It's the virtue levels, which are 5, 2, 2, 2. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and see now it says that basically like that is what it's set to. This is something that basically you'll be able to unlock, like I said, further in the game. You can come to this guy and basically you can reset those parameters and basically bring yourself down a few levels. So I've set it to this, and now I'm going to travel to the first battlefield. The way that the game kind of works is that you do get different battlefields and you go through and basically you're doing the collectibles and picking up flags, or basically placing the battle flags. Let's head into the first level. And this game is definitely very challenging. It's a hell of a lot of fun though. This is my kind of personal opinion on the game. It is definitely a hell of a lot of fun and definitely worth playing. So like I said, if you are a beginner or you're thinking about playing the game, personally I would definitely say give it a try. The combat is a hell of a lot of fun, but it is also very tricky, and it's something that you do need to have to practice and kind of understand a little bit. I tried to basically just like run through the level when I first played this game. I did it during the live stream and I had no idea what I was really doing, and I didn't bother reading any of these because of course who wants to read all of this, you know, basically you just think get in and fight. Unfortunately, this game is a little bit more challenging and you do kind of need to learn the controls a little bit. Here's a tip right from the start: always make sure that you're locked onto the enemy before you go into fight them, because a lot of the times if you do just try to charge in, you'll miss, you know, just so always try to lock onto them right from the start. I feel that the heads-up display, like the interface that they give you, is very easy to understand once you do kind of understand it. You've got your health bar, which is the green bar, and then you've got your spirit bar, which is underneath that. The spirit bar basically is kind of like a stamina bar in other games, and it will go up and down depending on your actions. So if you do light attacks, like it will go up and it will go into blue, and that's kind of what you want to be able to do, because it will go down when you do spirit attacks with Y, or if you do things like martial arts. See, a lot of the times in this game it feels like it's better to kind of hang back a little bit and also try to learn to deflect, try to understand how to defend in this game instead of just kind of running through it and trying to slash everyone. I'm not always perfect, I'm definitely no pro. But something that hopefully you kind of noticed is you see the enemies, they basically have the exact same symbols as you. So they basically do have the same kind of effect as you. The more they hit you, the more their spirit bar goes up. The more you hit them, the more their spirit bar goes down. The spirit bar also goes down if you dodge, or if you miss your deflect timings. definitely something that is important to learn right from the start of the game, is to kind of try to understand the spirit bar. You jump in here, drop that down, so if we do die then we can come back this way. And the reason I'm using this armor and that I'm also using this weapon is because these are things that you'll be able to pick up in the game very early on. And I feel that these are just basically like a really good combo to get through this first level pretty easily. Completely missed my timings there, but got him in the end. Like I say, always remember to lock on to the target before you get to him. Oh. And that what he did just there was basically like a fatal or critical attack. Those are the ones you definitely want to try to avoid and try to time as best you can. They're all different though. Sometimes enemies will take a time basically to wind up and kind of do the attack. Just like you kind of do with the weapons. See, it takes a little bit of time for the weapon to actually get to where the enemy's going to be. So there's a lot of like kind of timing involved with this game. Now, let's open this up. And we've just picked up the polearm. So make sure you go through your inventory and your equipment, and as soon as you get it, just equip it. That's the weapon that you start off with. As you can see, the attack power is quite low, even the base attack is quite low. This is definitely going to help you a lot more. Now this is the other thing, you get different special effects. This part here, you get different special effects depending on what weapon you pick up. They all have a different number of them, so even though this is the exact same weapon, what this relates to is your martial arts move. As you can see, the martial arts move takes quite a lot of spirit. I like this one, the one that uses Marching Dragon, and this I feel is going to be helpful going up against that last boss, and you'll see why when I use it against him. Let's head to this flag. First of all, I'm going to kill this guy. Now you can do a sneaky backstab behind him like that, and just take him down. Blue. There's another polearm that I just picked up there. You'll also pick up all these armors as you head through the game. Just make sure that you keep checking, and there you go, see, look, I picked up the exact same thing. So as you go through the game, just keep picking them up and equipping them. Now once you get these battle flags, you can then start to level up. How you level up is through genuine chi, which is on the left hand side of the screen there. That goes up by killing enemies, and you can see the level there on the bottom left hand side of the screen. And also once you come to this flag, it's going to reset the battleground, so these enemies that I've just killed are now back again. Kill them again. Pick up anything in here? Yeah, I did. Kill this guy first. Go there, down. Pick that up. Now we're going to kill this guy up here again. Piece of loot. Get this battle flag. The small ones you can't rest at, but they will reset your health. And they also increase your morale rank. Now morale rank is very important. The morale is the circle that's just above your health bar there. You see ours is level 5. Now if we come down here, this guy is level 15. So if we try to take him on, it's going to be a really big challenge. It's not impossible, but it's definitely going to be a real big challenge. Probably end up dying, so there's no point in trying that, I don't think. Instead we're just going to head on through the level. Now morale is basically a big factor in the game. It is something very important to kind of understand. The lower morale that the enemies are, it's kind of easier to defeat. And the higher they are, the harder they'll be. So the higher you are, the easier they become. Nope. Now if you get hit with one of those red fatal attacks, it does drop your morale. And that's something important to try to understand as well, because that's why you need to definitely try to avoid those red fatal attacks. We can rest here if we need to and level up. If you have managed to gain enough chi. Oh, this is another thing as well. When you go into your inventory, you'll find these. Use these, and these will increase your chi as well. See, so it's gone up a little bit there. So once you go into this, you can start leveling yourself up. I feel that this is a really good kind of way that they've done this, that everything is kind of color coded on the star. And if you look on the right hand side of the screen, so if you're on the metal virtue, which is yellow, when you look on the right hand side, it shows you what that relates to and what that affects. If you go into water, everything turns blue on the right hand side, and it's the same with all of them, so it lets you know exactly what it affects. Now, this one can be quite an important one. When it comes to weight and weight limit, the more you increase this, the heavier armor you can wear. Your armor, let's go on to this bit, it only relates to your equipment weight, and this is what you're wearing. In some games, the more stuff you pick up, the heavier you become, so you have to drop items or sell items, and you know, you end up kind of hoarding stuff, and basically you can't move around the level. Well, in this, it's kind of the same, except it doesn't matter how many things you have. You could be holding tons and tons of armor, and it won't affect your weight. It's only what you're wearing that will affect your weight. And if you are overweight and you're too heavy, then you won't be able to deflect, and you won't be able to do anything like that. Now, also, once you've reached like certain virtue levels, you can then learn wizardry spells. Now it's got a nice little skills tree here for wizardry spells, and the way that this works is if you look on the bottom left hand side, you've got the virtues that we are at the moment, and if you look onto this part here, it says the virtue of the same phase required to cast this wizardry spell. So even though I've got this unlocked, I can't use it because I'm only virtue level 5. So you start off with quite low ones that you can unlock though, and it's the same basically for all of the other virtues, and then you can set the wizardry spells. So I'm using the cloud stance and enhanced defense, blasting flare, and lightning bolt, and as you can see they're all quite low level virtue ones. These ones do take a lot more spirit to use up, but I feel that they're very, very useful, and especially against the last boss, and I'll show you why. They kind of, back into it, they kind of work really well together, because if you set them, as you see, they do take up a lot of spirit. Once they're set, if you make a mistake and then they hit you, you'll get less damage. But if you manage to deflect their attacks, you'll get a lot of spirit. So they kind of like pair and work well together. Two of them here. A piece of loot. I don't think he actually hit me with that. I don't know what happened there. Right, now we've got these last few people here. So I'll actually take them off. And the stealth in this game, and even like the enemy detection, they don't seem to notice you. I mean, I'm not that far away from them, but yet they still can see me. Make sure you check some of the breakables because they'll also have loot in it. And we've got this last final enemy of the level. Oh my god. Health. Missing every single one of those. That was terrible on my part, absolutely terrible. Once you set this flag, your morale goes up to 10, and then down this way is going to be the boss. If you've got this level of virtues and these wizardry spells, it's not impossible to take him on now. But to make it a little bit easier for yourself, and especially if you are a beginner, instead what you're going to do is make sure that you rest, level up, set wizardry spells, learn wizardry spells, also make sure that you've got some better armor on, and then instead we're going to work our way back through the level. And this will give you a little bit of practice. Trying to defend and also trying to move around. There we go. This one. See, sometimes the stealth in this game is really weird. Sometimes I've done that and they wake up and they all seem to see me. Sometimes nothing. These two over here. And as you can see, as the morale is going up, the stronger we become, the more damage we do to the enemies. You need to make sure that you rest. Reset your health. Sneaky backstab. You get these two over here. For you. Let me come from this one. Nope. Still got him there. See, so the more morale you get, the quicker you'll be able to defeat enemies. Rest here. Now this is a great way to basically build yourself up, get a bit of practice with a weapon. This is why I like this weapon, as you can take a lot of them out from here. rank 18. Let's reset and then head back the other way. No idea what just happened there, sorry about that. Seems like my game just froze down, hopefully it doesn't completely crash. Now we're up to morale rank 20. Rest. I nearly forgot he was there for a second. The game freezing has kind of frozen me, put me off a little bit. Now, if we look onto this guy, see he's level 15, but he hasn't got the red on his morale anymore. Now, to lock off, let's just stick to the wall. I'm not going to take him on straight head on like that. I'm going to jump up here, like this piece of loot. There is a chest down there. Don't get that yet, because the only way out is through that door, straight into the face of that. Instead, let's do this. Whoa. Calm down a little. And can you use this tree to kind of deflect some of those moves? Stuck there for a second. It wouldn't let me move forward. Right, now we're going to jump down here and get this. You definitely want to try and pick up all the pieces of loot that you can. You can then sell a lot of them or salvage them when you unlock the blacksmith later on. The enemies never hold back. It's definitely a game that you have to kind of practice a little bit. And I'm definitely no pro. As you see, the higher the morale gets, the easier it is to take them out. In one shot, just kill two of them. Let's reset. The morale only goes up to 25, so we're nearly at the point that we want to be before we face the boss. There we go. We're at 25. kill this guy anyway. For the extra genuine chi. He dropped something as well, yeah. Another pole arm. But hopefully, before you face the boss, you've leveled up to this. You've got some wizardry spells. It's up to you how you want to actually set them, but this is definitely what I feel is the kind of best, kind of easiest ones to use against him. I can say these will help a lot, I feel, because this one, like it says, it reduces the consumption of spirit while deflecting. This one will basically, you'll get less damage from enemies. So if you do make a mistake and you do get hit, then you're going to get less damage. Now something that you can do in the game as well is just before you head into the bosses, you can set. Then your spirit's going to start to come up a bit. It's already set and you're already ready into the battle. Let the other one.
Like the vermin you are.
Now, at this beginning stage, he's definitely not that strong. You could just keep trying to just attack and chip away at his health. So that try to be a little bit defensive and then attack. And move back.
Not as weak as you look.
Defend. They've got me in the spirit. And again. Keep missing the timing. Alright, finally. There we go. You see, because I was high on morale. I'm going to pause this for a second. Because I was high on morale, his spirit, the more I was attacking him, was going down quicker, and the more damage you do. So you see, I only had to give him one fatal strike there, and it basically took away almost half of his health. Now with this boss, he doesn't stagger. You can deflect his move, and this is something that you have to kind of learn about the enemies. So you can deflect his moves, but he will still continue. He won't stagger. So you have to try to deflect his moves and try to learn the moves that he does. He only does maybe 8 moves or so. So the more you die, the more you're going to start to understand this boss, and you'll start to see the moves coming before he does them. So you just need to try to keep an eye on the magic, the wizardry spells, make sure that they're set, and hopefully they will help you through the level as well, like help you to defeat him. And hopefully what I'm going to do is just deflect a lot of his attacks, and then get in and try and just do some normal attacks to try and bring my spirit up higher. Hopefully I want him to do the fatal attack so I can deflect that, and then I can use a martial arts attack against him. Hopefully I'll be able to do this. Let's see. I might die. Hopefully I won't. I'm going to use the martial arts attack to bring the spirit down. Back a bit. Half. This again. Strike on him. Slap for luck. Missed that. dead. Hopefully this will finish him off. Yeah, there we go. See, and that's why I say the pole arm is definitely kind of the best weapon for this, and if you manage to find it with that special effect, that martial arts move that it does there, it definitely seems to do the kind of most damage. And once he's down, once you do that deflect, then you can do that martial arts move, which will bring his spirit way down, so then you can do a fatal attack. And the more you bring the morale up, the easier it will kind of be, the more damage you'll do. So hopefully you've learned something from this video, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing for more. I have actually already done 2 videos for this. I also already did this video originally ages ago, but unfortunately the audio for some reason got messed up. So even though I published them on YouTube, halfway through the video the audio was completely corrupt. So I had to delete it, and now I've had to redo it again. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thank you, take care, goodbye.